Hi, this is Latin. Hope everyone is staying safe, and we're back with Software Inc.'s Beta-1 Play and Learn series. Today we're going to be looking at investments. What can we invest in, and covering the market and the finance menus. HR and development, we've covered most of those, but we can review those also. So we have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Okay, we're in the year January 1992. We have 5.25 stars. We're up to 1,446,000 fan base. We have 22.11 mil, 231 million in bonds, 33.18 in stocks, 1,482 in plots, for a grand total of 288.6 mil. We're researching Network 1992, System 1992, and 3D 1992, and Hardware 1992. We just started researching Network. This will be our first year researching Network. And we're trying to patent System 1990 and 3D 1990. And we have a few applications we're working on. City Builder, which we just reiterated for the first time. Thunder Cars, we just reiterated for the first time. And Trip Office Pro 2, which we just reiterated for the first time. And you can look in here. This came into a score of 5.2. That was down to 55%. This was a little higher. I think it was 65%. And it came in at a score of 8.5, which is good. And City Builder was up in the 80s. I think it was reaching 90. So this should be about 9 point something. 9.8. But we always iterated at least once, so it was iterated. As soon as these guys come in, the design teams, they'll come in and they'll knock these off, and these will probably be out soon within this year. We're in January. We're working on Windows Pro and Defender antivirus. I changed the name. I said I would think of a name and change the name, and I did. X system is in iteration 1, as is X Elite, the joystick or controller, whichever one you want to reference. And we can start looking at these. Whichever one's not making any money, we could start closing them down. But I'll do that offline. Okay, so investments. The first thing we've ever invested in is basically printers for printing. That's normally the second source of income, printing. We invest in printers. And we're able to print for profit. And the other thing by investing in printers, our printing for our applications is a whole lot cheaper. Okay, so what other kind of investments are we? We invest in manufacturing. And as we saw in the last video, manufacturing investment is expensive. You figure $100,000 per printer, whether it's assembly printer or a component printer. It's $100,000. 29 pieces at $100,000 each. 29 pieces at $100,000 each. Maybe right click on it. And capacity 1,000 copies per box. So each box that it prints 1,000 copies. And I believe the charge per printing is, we go to manufacturing. Galactic's control costs us $35 per copy. X system costs us $60 per copy. And the X controller costs us $25 per copy. Okay, so what else can we invest in? If we go to finance, We go to dividends. We see that we have investments in other companies, and also we could also see it here. Let's go to Trip Tech, details, and this is other companies that we've invested in. Cart Interactive, if we go to details, go to products. In 1990, they had a great inspiring, so that's when we got into it. And they've made money. We've made 147.7%. That's how much we're making. In fact, if we look here, we're making 74,197. We have 768 shares for a total of 18,114,260. We're making 147.7%. That's the payout to us. So it's worth getting into investments when companies are at zero. And how you figure that is you look here, sort by product, look here, that's zero. Look to the right, listed. If it says 0%, that means they have nothing listed. They're private, not publicly listed. If they have the percentage sign, companies were founded in January 1990, and we look to have listings, we've invested in them. We just invested, that's why it says 0%. And the reason we invested is because if you look at their products, in March of 1990, they were great, inspiring, and hit the game. And they were profitable of 155 mil. So I invested in them just today. So that's a new investment. Another new investment is these two, Bad Love Digital. Details, we just invested in Bad Love. They released in December. This is the one I wanted to show you. They released in December 1991. They're great, and it's an operating system, and they are already profitable. So that should make us a nice ton of money. Another strategy that I use sometimes is 2D and audio and office. I'll invest in companies that are starting out, that are putting out great. Invested them early in. We make money with them, and hopefully we keep investing. And every time you're gonna get a notice that they're selling more shares, like here, Shark Perry selling more shares. So you go to it and you invest. This is what, remember, you could always invest what you want. This slider, it's not easy to do, but that's 50 shares, 406,000, and you buy into it every time. That's company shares, and you'll get a stock dividend on those. And I think if we look here, our dividends are basically starting. No, that's dividend on our deposit money. More stock, we spent 18. So we have Emmanuel Trip and Pat Trip. They're here because they own a 33 and a third of the company. So if you were to buy them out, you would own everything. Royalties is another investment. Research. Anytime you're in researching, you're gonna get royalties. Besides the patent royalties, you're also going to get royalties for other companies using your applications. If you hold the patent, you're going to get royalties on that patent. And then the other form of financing is basically you invest in bonds. We basically deposit bonds here all the time, and it tells you what we've deposited when those are available to us. Right now, we're invested in bonds of 231,198,400. We're free to withdraw 102,733,100 without penalty. And there's also stocks investments. I think I've covered this once before. Stock investments, what you do is you look at their ticker. If a stock is going up, I'm not interested. If a stock is going down, I'm not interested. If a stock is just returning from the bottom, going down, it's headed up again, I'm interested. And I think we invested in LGL. And this is at zero because we invested this earlier. And this one just hit top, so I'm not interested. DKI hit bottom and looks like it's heading back up. So we invested in TKI, 200,000. We'll look at these again in a few days to see if we're making any money. You got to invest in your people. Dick Bryan, he quit on us. Why did he quit? He got a better offer. This is the one in the last video you saw. Dick Bryan got an offer from a competitor, and he is a designer. He got an offer for a competitor. We were asked to match the offer. We said no, so he's gone. And we've since hired another person in his place. I'm trying to remember how much it was. It was $796,070. So we said no. Instead, we hired, and he was in design one. We got employees. Whoever has the least amount of time here. And there they go. Jeffrey Wolf was hired in his place. Jeffrey Wolf's specialty is 3D editor, but he also has antivirus. Strong, creative, talented antivirus. And he does 61 out of 86, so that's who we hired. And we'll go back to him. His salary is $7,000 a month. So it's a whole lot cheaper than paying for Brian. And I've never been a fan of hiring leads. You want to hire lead designers, you go here. There are no available lead designers, but they're too expensive. They're asking for too much. It's better to get a good designer in-house and grow him to a visionary. It's doable. We'll probably look at that in another video. Okay, so then what else can we invest in? Another way to invest is here, solar. Solar's not going to pay off until later on. If you go here, we go to utilities. Electricity, 85.3. We're producing 7.7 kilowatts. We're storing 1.3 megawatts. So the expense is 313. We're not making anything. When we will start making a profit in this is when technology advances to where the applications consume less. And another investment is in digital distribution and in hosting. And we do have digital distribution going on. If we look at it, we have 42.4% load right now for digital distribution. AAA hosting, we only have six servers, 0% load. We haven't gotten any deals in digital. Hosting is at 6 gigs. We have 6 servers. We have 0 load. We have not gotten any hosting deals. And we are looking for hosting deals here. Printing, hosting, and marketing we're no longer looking for. Another way to make money is, as you guys saw, contracts. And contracts, even in later games, they're very lucrative contracts. 510,000. Then you have 9 months to complete them. We got $1 million contracts at military, 45. You have to complete in 11 months. And these are doable because they're only great. Upfront money is 335,000. And you only require 4 programmers, 2 designers, and 1 artist. So you could still make money, but it's more time consuming. Whereas deals and design deals, 52,330. We're just doing the design side. Contracts, you're doing design and development. And deals, You're just doing one sign, just the design. 52,000 a month. And this is doing 92. So in August of 92. So this is the old one. It's been out there for a while. And they do. Once you select it, you'll see how much, what's the requirement. Level 1 2D, level 2 system, level 1 audio. That's what you need. How many is the suggested? You have to accept it to get it suggested. How many people you need. So that's the investing in a nutshell. You can invest. There's many ways to make money in this game. We've seen that in the past. Let's get our illustrious people in here. And what do you want to see next? Oh, here we go. We're ending these. As they come in, they knock them out. Boom. Done. And we're researching. This thing is ready to go on Wins Pro. I could kind of put it into development. Defender will be next. And some of these companies are no longer making us money, so we could close them out. Just end them. Same thing for printing. I started closing, and whatever's not making us any more money, whatever we don't need to print, just select it, cancel here. And you want details, details are there. Manufacturing is the same thing. You want details, there's no data. In manufacturing, we've shown you this in the past. But the pop-out will give you what's needed. And every time you upgrade your software, your console and your joystick, you add hardware to it. You have to add hardware to the your layout to be able to print it, or else it won't be compatible and you cannot print anything. A visitor is looking for striker deal. I've looked at this. I've reset times for cleaning, and I have no idea how to deal with this. So if anybody has a suggestion, an idea, I've improved. We put up walls. I've improved. I put clocks. I put the acoustic foams, and I still have improved. It's 3.3%, 4.2%. Mood is 20 plus 25%. I've improved. I changed the staffing, and still not able to get anything. And Defend is ready to go into development. Okay, so next video, we're going to be pushing all of these out the door, as many as we can. And these, as soon as they go into production, we got to market them. Elite, look, Elite is already into development, and we just started that yesterday. So we're going to have to do marketing. So we have a lot to cover in the next video, a lot of releases coming our way. Give me ideas of what else would you like to see in upcoming videos. Stay safe, keep those around you safe, Latin out.